Hey everyone, it's Michael GoosebumpsFan. I hope you're doing well today. I have a Goosebumps news thing for you. Now, a lot of people have already been reading this particular comic. Of course, IDW currently holds the rights and the publication rights to Goosebumps comic books, and they haven't done a very good job so far. We had Monsters at Midnight, which was awful. We had, what was it called? There was one about a cell phone, and it was really bad too. These have had the biggest amount of identity politics we've ever seen in Goosebumps, and I hate that. I think it's stupid. Kids don't need that in Goosebumps. It's supposed to be a kids comic book series by the goofy art that you get every single time. Then we had the last one, which was like a witch house thing. I forgot what it was called. I don't care enough to keep the titles burned into my head. Anyway, IDW is currently getting close in April to releasing a new trade paperback of the current Goosebumps comics that are going on. Now, I knew this was going on. I was too late to the game to make a Goosebumps news announcement for it. But for you collectors out there who have not been exposed to the IDW comics, you just collect to collect, you might want to pick these up. Not sure how you're going to feel about it, because the first two comics were bad. The Witch House one was okay. This is not getting a hardcover release. This current book is just getting a paperback release from what I can tell on Amazon at this current moment here in the US. The newest series is called Goosebumps Secrets of the Swamp, and here's the cover art for that as well. The very interesting thing with this is, yes, it is a sort of sequel type thing to Werewolf of Fever Swamp. Yeah, it is what it is. It's apparently going to be written by Mariki Najkamp. I can't say the name, I'm sorry. The artist, I assume, is Yasmin Flores Montanez. The art on this cover is not looking very good, not very promising. I haven't heard anybody in the Goosebumps community that makes videos talk about these comics. Aside from me, I haven't heard anybody talk about these really bad comics IDW's been putting out. But of course, they filled it with, again, social justice politics and that kind of nonsense. So it's kind of a situation where it's not looking good for Goosebumps comics, and it's not looking good for when R.L. Stine dies one day, and the rest of Scholastic get their hands, their greedy, nasty little hands, on Goosebumps. Anyway, we have a description here, of course, because the comics are pretty much, as far as I know, I think they're done. I think there was like 4 issues, maybe 5, 6, somewhere in there. I think there was 6 issues this time around, instead of the usual 3 for a storyline. I think they're done, or maybe they might be soon closing in on being done. This is getting a release on April 20th, 2021, in paperback form, like I said. It's 120 pages. So, yeah, it's got to be a little bit longer than the usual thing we've been getting with the really small-scale paperbacks we've been getting. So I'm kind of curious about that. I'm still going to probably, God willing, pick it up, even though I don't like a lot of modern-day comic books, but, you know, I'll pick it up. It's Goosebumps. What am I going to do? I buy all the books. Why would I not pick this up? Anyway, the description here says, when 12-year-old Blake is shipped away to stay with her weird aunt in Fever Swamp for the summer, she expects her weeks to be filled with video games, mosquito bites, and a whole lot of nothing. Instead, she finds herself in a spooky turf war between wolf hunters and werewolves. I didn't read this before I made the video. Wolf hunters and werewolves? Okay, Blake's never letting anything, including her prosthetic hand, slow her down or stop her from crushing her opponents in a game of lore hunter. But real-life monsters on all sides take danger and fear to a whole new level. Blake will need to use all of her gaming skills to escape in this all-ages scarefest from New York Times best-selling author, blah, 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 and artist, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, number one, how do you play video games with a prosthetic hand? That I can barely play them with 2 regular hands, and I used to play games all the time. The newer games, even more bizarre. How do you play a game with a prosthetic hand? I mean, if you're playing Atari, you probably shouldn't have a bunch of trouble. You just kind of control the joystick and beat the other hand against the button. I don't know. I'm making awful jokes today. I'm just kind of in a little bit of a sassy mood today. Anyway, what do you guys think about this? Have you read this Fever Swamp sequel series comic? Did you think it was any good? It's not looking promising already to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be good. I don't know. But I'm not buying these individual issues for any of these IDW comics. I don't want to give them that much money. You know, I don't know how they're getting the success to carry the series on after how bad Monsters at Midnight and whatever that other digital one was with the cell phone thing died out so badly. I don't know. I just don't know. IDW is here again today to save or destroy comic books. Or mainly Goosebumps in this case. Whatever legacy Goosebumps has will be ruined in the future by people like this. Anyway, what do you think about this comic, this announcement? It's not really an announcement. I'm kind of late to the party. I just saw this on Amazon finally the other day. I don't really keep an eye on Goosebumps newer stuff a lot of the time. Well, the books, yeah. The ones written by R.L. Stine I do, but comics and stuff, not so much. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Put them down below, guys. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Merry Christmas. And goodbye.